All right, use case number 5, provide insights with topics. So topical analysis gives you the ability to categorize your phone calls. Now, why is this important? Well, we want to know what our customers are calling in for, right? Now, with topics, we can identify the reasons for our calls and identify different topics used during conversation, like shipping issues or order cancellations or problems with your website. Now, with this data, we can use analytics to see some trends. So, for example, like I mentioned, you can make a topic called order cancellations or problems with website. Now, topics would be able to show you if you have a huge spike in order cancellations or if there is something wrong with your site. So let's use this example. Let's say people are trying to purchase your product, but the website is down or the payment isn't working. Well, this is critical because you're losing business, right? Now, some customers may be persistent and end up calling you to order the product, but most of them are just going to give up and go buy from somewhere else, right? Now, topics can help you identify these problems quickly so that you can get out in front of those potential issues. Now, another example of using a topic, and I love this one because I experienced this as an account executive. So oftentimes when a customer is purchasing something, they're going to ask you for what's called a post-dated payment. For example, here's my credit card, but don't charge me until next Tuesday. Right? Happens all the time. Now, next Tuesday comes and the card is charged. Then Joe Schmo calls in complaining, saying, "Why did you charge my card? I did not authorize you to do this." Well, yes, you did, Joe, right? So because I have my topic called delayed payments or post-dated payments, I can easily locate that call based on the language that was used during the conversation to verify that Joe Schmo did in fact authorize us to charge his card today. So essentially what it's doing is it's allowing us to keep track of verbal agreements, which is extremely important. So yeah, I can go on all day with use cases for topics. Like another one would be, so I was working as an account executive at an insurance brokerage, and every day people would call in saying they did not receive their medical cards. Now, we would have to manually keep track of these customers, which was painfully tedious. Now, with topics, that manual process would have been eliminated. Now, I'd be able to easily compile a list of customers that were missing their medical cards, send that list to the respective insurance carrier, and just be done with it, right? So let me show you how the topics work inside of MiaRec. So here is a look at MiaRec's topic trends dashboard. So it's showing us exactly what is being talked about in our contact center. So the topics are sorted in descending order based upon call volume. So let's take a look into the topics that are coming up the most. So the first one here you can see is called lack of knowledge. So let's look at that one. So these are calls that show the agent didn't know how to help a customer. And you can see which keywords or key phrases are populating this topic here. So obviously those are important calls, right? Because you can listen in, you can figure out what the agent was unsure about, you can coach them up, and the next time a customer calls in about this same issue, the agent's going to be able to help them, right? So obviously this is critical for improving customer experience. All right, let's take a look at another one. All right, so the second most talked about topic in our contact center is resolution indicators. So these are calls, I mean, they're extremely important as well, right? The job of a contact center agent can be extremely draining, it can be monotonous. So agent burnout is always a concern. So a use case for this topic would be, you can look at these calls, see what the agents did correct, and use that to give kudos to the agent. Now trust me, as a contact center agent, it is nice to be recognized for your hard work, right? So this can really help us with agent burnout and agent churn. Now, all of these topics here that you're looking at, so they come pre-packaged with MiaRec. And most of them are applicable to almost any business. However, topics are customizable within MiaRec. Let me open that up for you. Here you go. Here's a list of the different topics, but you can configure these however you want, right? So if you want to set up topics for specific products or different departments, however you want to do it, you can do that with the MiaRec. Now, one more thing I want to show you and talk about. So remember how earlier I said the true power of sentiment analysis comes when you use it in conjunction with topics? Let me show you what I mean. All right, so I'm going to open up my topic, customer service. So with the combination of topics and sentiment analysis, now you can zero in on how specific business units and again, even products are performing. For example, if I click into this topic, customer service, now you can see not only is it pulling up all of the calls that were categorized as customer service, but MiaRec is also pulling up the sentiment score that corresponds with each call. Now, the importance of this, so now with just a quick glance, I can easily see how my entire customer service operation is performing with regard to customer sentiment. Now, this is extremely powerful and actionable data. So if I open up the customer service topic, for example, and see a lot of negative calls, I immediately know that something is going on that's obviously not good with my customer service operation. So with MiaRec, I can easily identify the issues, listen into the calls, and fix the issue proactively, right? So now I'm focusing on lead indicators, right? And being proactive instead of waiting for the lag indicators like a customer churn report, where you're trying to improve an issue after you've already lost customers, right? That's huge. So another example here is, again, you can set up topics for your products. Now, with the combination of topics and sentiment score, I can see exactly how our customers feel about our product portfolio, right? That's huge. So I can see which products they like. So maybe I want to produce more of those. And I can see which products they don't like. So I might want to discontinue those or, make improvements or iterations on that product. So essentially, thanks to MiaRec's topics and sentiment score, I gain full and complete transparency on how my customers feel about certain products, business units, and even agents. So if I know what my customers like and don't like, I can act upon that data and improve customer experience. I can increase customer loyalty and ultimately increase revenue and profits, right? So that does it. That does it for the top 5 use cases here for contact center, auto QA, and conversation intelligence. Now, however, I want to leave you with one last point, and this is extremely important. So contact centers are sitting on oceans of call data, right? There are literally millions of calls that need to be analyzed. And oftentimes, companies try to implement voice analytics into their workflow, and some of them fail because they chose the wrong tool, right? So there are obviously a ton of tools out there available, but not all of them provide you with the ability to really analyze the data. So for example, some tools have a sentiment analysis, but no dashboards to see a breakdown of the call. You're simply provided a short list of the calls with the sentiment score attached to them, and that's it. So maybe a tool has transcription, maybe they have sentiment analysis, but when you have millions of calls that need to be analyzed, it's crucial, and I mean crucial, that you choose a tool that gives you the ability to see an aggregation of the data. Right? You need to be able to analyze it, and it needs to be visible in a clear and concise manner. So, of course, you saw that MiaRec clearly does that. So, yeah, just make sure you're choosing the correct tool for voice analytics. That's the point I'm trying to make, because there's so many calls that need to be analyzed. Now, that's it. So, really thank you so much for watching, and, if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. But yeah, thank you again. We appreciate it.